Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers. I'm your host, Chris McGee. Joining me today is Laker insider Mike Bresnahan, and from the LA Times, Brad Turner, BT. What's up, BT?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Been a long few days for you.
I know, Geeter, I miss you, man.
Miss you too, buddy.
You know, it's great to see you.
Brez is over there too.
We saw each other at practice. We've probably seen enough of each other for the day. That's
you guys get along?
Yeah.
But you know what, Francis, that would be correct.
Yeah, it was a very busy practice today. A lot of people there. It was probably 40 media members there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Our director, Brian Bergen, put out a little bit of a bet, a little bit of an over-under. Could you go an entire show without calling him Michael Francis Bresnahan or Francis? And you lasted 29 seconds.
Yeah, I think you went the over in that one.
Yeah. So.
Well, of course not. I mean,
yeah.
It wouldn't be a show if I don't call Francis.
Yes.
Double Francis.
Yes.
Good times. Biggest news in the NBA as the trade deadline approaches. Kyrie Irving asked to be dealt from the Nets, and he got his wish. That happens today in the NBA. A trade that has now become official. Kyrie is heading to Dallas with Luka Doncic. Kyrie is averaging over 27 a game on the season. It was named All-Star starter. The trade deadline is on Thursday at noon, Brez? Trade
Yes, sir.
deadline, noon Pacific?
Noon Pacific.
Here's the trade that got it done, that brings Kyrie to Dallas. The Mavericks sent Spencer Dinwiddie, former Brooklyn Net, Dorian Finney-Smith, the wing, along with the 2029 first-rounder, 2 second-round picks to Brooklyn. Dallas gets Kyrie and former Laker Markieff Morris from the Nets. The Lakers were reportedly big players for Kyrie's services, but it obviously fell short. At practice, Darvin Ham discussed all the trade chatter.
It's part of being an NBA. You know, it's just we all know what comes with this job. You have to embrace it. You can't, you can't let that bother you or stress you out. Like, you have to just come in and do your job. You know, it's, very few on your hand. It's Bron, as great as he is, he's worn different jerseys. Now, he hadn't been traded, but, it's just the nature of the beast. And, I've coached in different places and probably will coach in some more different places. It's just, we have to remain in the moment and just do our jobs and try to make this current situation the best it possibly can be.
Kyrie Irving was traded to Dallas yesterday. LeBron had a tweet about it. He did a sit-down interview with ESPN today saying he was disappointed that you guys weren't able to land him. Was that something you had to talk to him about and kind of just your reaction to?
Nah, man, I only deal with Laker business. I don't talk about what's going on with the other teams. And my hat's off to everybody's trying to do what we're trying to do, and that's try to make their team the best they possibly can be. I don't pay attention to that. I have too much to worry about, with this job and trying to, again, make sure we're the best versions of ourselves day in and day out.
For me personally, I don't have Twitter. I just have Instagram, so I see a little bit, but I think Twitter's a little more crazy in terms of seeing a little bit of everything. But it's human nature. We're all online on our phones, so everybody sees everything. So, but we've had a great mindset, attitude going forward with what we have. So that's what we move every day with what we got, and we're just trying to get better every day. I thought we had a really good practice today. Put in some stuff that I think is going to help us offensively and transitionally defensively. So we got what we got right now. If it changes, we'll address that. But we're really happy with what we got.
Initial thoughts on Kyrie to Dallas. Brez, kind of, give us your thought on both sides of it.
I think Dallas had to make the move because they've been stuck in 6th or 7th in the West for a while now. If they want to get into the upper echelon, they have to try something because what they're doing is making them, right now, a decent team, pre-Kyrie, but not like a championship contender. I'm not sure this will make them that, but it's probably worth the gamble. Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 good players, not great players. And the price is right as far as draft picks. 1 first-rounder, that's not that big of a deal at all. A couple second-rounders, that's kind of like whatever territory right there. So, yeah, I think Dallas had to try it. No idea if it's going to fit. I've got some reservations, but, we're going to have to see, aren't we?
You know what, Geeter? I spoke with some people in Dallas to find out how they felt about this. The first words that came out is, we blocked the Lakers from getting him.
Wow.
Yes. And so they were happy about that.
Yeah.
So I could see their point. And they get a chance to put him with Luka and to try him out and see how this works. Now, will they give him a 4-year extension that he was seeking, something we know the Lakers were not willing to do? Will Kyrie accept a 2-year extension from Dallas, 3-year extension perhaps? I mean, I think for Dallas, it was a bold move, but a good move because Luka can't keep scoring 60 a night for them to win. And the two of them coexist, I think they can.
Yeah.
Is it championship quality? As you said,
Remains to be seen.
they've lost some key pieces to that
Yeah.
team, especially on defense with Doris Smith. That hurts them, but you have to give up something to get something.
Are they the best 1-2 combo in the league right now, on paper?
No. You know how LeBron and AD fit so well together? Because they were kind of different types of players. And I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are probably the best duo in the league right now. Boston has had the best record, almost wire to wire so far. You got to look at other teams too. I mean, how about Harden and Embiid? They're doing pretty good things. I don't know about these two guys together.
Right.
Same position. It can happen, but look what happened in Atlanta. You have Trae Young. You go get another point guard basically, and DeJounte Murray. They've been marooned in like 8th or 9th in the East the entire season. So duplicity at the same position, I always wonder about that a little bit.
We've seen it work with Paul George and Kawhi.
Yes.
With KD and Kyrie, but none of them have won yet, but they're pretty darn good.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. On paper, it looks great.
And we can't forget a
like
healthy
Brett
AD and
says.
LeBron either. I mean, when they're rolling, it's a pretty good duo too. Yeah.
It sounds sexy.
Yeah,
And
you're in the group.
And there are a
of
couple,
the
there,
group
there are a couple
combos.
good
Yeah, I
guys
agree.
out there in the Bay Area that
Yeah.
are the defending champs. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They're not bad.
Sure, pretty good combos.
And
Jokic
again,
and whoever on the Nuggets.
and let me repeat myself.
But I agree with Brett. I mean, a lot of it has to do with fit and how these guys play together. We've never seen it.
Exactly.
So it's hard to
Just
know.
like you guys are a really good duo.
But it takes
Led by one guy.
But it does take time. I mean, that's the one thing they always say about the Clippers. Like Paul George and Kawhi haven't played a lot of games together.
Yeah.
Middleton and Giannis work together because Giannis is the guy, right? KD and Kyrie weren't on the floor all that much together.
Yep.
When AD and LeBron were, they won a championship. So it really is an interesting thing.
And Geeter,
Yeah.
you are the guy between you two.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
hurt to
I always
see
feel like Brez is the alpha
we were
male here.
friends.
So depends on who you listen to, and I want you to take it from your perspective. But Brez, too steep maybe for the Lakers. There's so many reports out there that the
Yeah.
Lakers offered Russ in the 2 firsts, and then Brooklyn countered, wanted also Austin Reeves, wanted Max Christie, wanted pick swaps, and then you hear other reports, whether it's Mark Stein saying, listen, Josiah was never going to deal him to where he wanted to go. And listen, a lot of people believe that at the end of the day, Kyrie asked to leave a team that they felt had championship aspirations. They're not going to go overboard to get him to where he wants to go. That's just a fact. And they're also going to want players that fit them now to win.
Sure.
So
many different dynamics here. And absolutely, Brooklyn's been a top 4 team in the East pretty much the entire season. So for Kyrie to say this, I'm sure they were taken aback like, look, it's not like we're 15th in the East. What's the problem here? And you want to go to the Lakers? Well, we'll try to accommodate you, wink, wink, nudge, nudge type of thing. So, yeah, I guess I think the Lakers did what they could. They offered the 2 first-rounders, according to some reports. That's the most they could have offered. And they offered the players that they did. Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith bring a younger element. Like you mentioned, BT, Finney-Smith, very good wing defender.
Yes.
Can score a little bit too. Dinwiddie, very good scorer. I mean, he's 20 points
you have
a
a
game.
ball handler and a scorer, which is what Kyrie was, right? So,
Exactly. So it makes sense for Brooklyn to go with what they did.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, which report do you believe? I'm sure there'll be another 2 or 3 tomorrow where you're like, oh, that adds another dimension to it as well.
What
Bottom
about
line-
BT's reports, Brez? What does BT believe?
Well, look, all that has been reported by myself and Dan White.
There you go. Okay.
But one more name, Rui Hachimura. His name came up.
Yeah.
And so if you add Rui and you add Russ and Max and Austin, that's too much for the Lakers.
And 2 first-round picks?
And 2 first-round picks.
And some swaps? Sure, why not?
So and of course,
a lot.
they're asking for everything because they have seen Rob Pelinka go all in for AD, go all in for Russell Westbrook. So any team, like the Nets, is thinking, let's get a giant haul from the Lakers.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can, let's just say we can rob them. And the Lakers are saying,
with no guarantees of where Kyrie wants to be in a
Exactly.
year or 2. He's changed his mind a
call.
lot in his history. So
It's a free agent, less than 6 months.
There's
I
that,
will
which
say
which
this.
I think fans forget a lot about.
Yeah.
they do.
You have those.
His talent is
undeniable.
undeniable, but his idiosyncrasies, shall we say, are also undeniable.
Big word, BT, for you.
I can't spell it, but say it.
All right, this tweet from LeBron, many thought was in response to Kyrie's trade. LBJ tweeting, maybe it's me. that really got the people going. LeBron won a title with Irving back in 2016. Recently, LeBron sat down with Michael Wilbon of ESPN and discussed his thoughts on the Lakers not getting Kyrie from the Nets.
I'm definitely disappointed. I can't sit here and say I'm not disappointed on not being able to land such a talent, but someone that I had great chemistry with, and know I got great chemistry with on the floor, that can help you win, championships. In my mind, in my eyes. But my focus has shifted now. My focus has shifted back to where it should be, and that's this club now, and what we have in the locker room.
That's a quick pivot, LeBron.
It's a quick pivot. Quick pivot. It don't take me long. It don't take me long. I don't get too excited about the possibilities of things that can be. I kind of envision myself on what it can, but I don't invest it all the way until I know it's happening. Okay. And when it does not happen, I'm back locked in on the job at hand. So, we had an opportunity. I think our names was out there. The Lakers' name was out there. We had an opportunity. Didn't happen. We move on, and we finish the season strong. Try to get a bid into the postseason, where I feel if we go in healthy, and we compete with anybody.
Kyrie and LeBron, they've always had history on the court. They've had that chemistry that helped win them a title back when they were in Cleveland. Were you intrigued by a reunion?
I was. Only because I want to cover a good team.
Yeah.
And an exciting team. And a team that's full of mystery, shall I say?
Yeah.
Those are here.
You like the intrigue, BT.
We've had a fun few months is what you're saying.
I do. We did that.
BT loves chaos. He likes that.
We had Powell, Gasol, Kobe Bryant. Let's not forget Phil Jackson.
Lamar, Bynum,
Fisher, Bynum. So we had that group. So that's fun. I mean, there's stories all day long. There are things that bother you about it, and things will change because of social media. But yes, I would have loved to have seen these two play together again. Yeah. Add AD to that mix. Maybe they get to the finals. I don't know. Well, it's not going to happen because he is not here.
He is in Dallas.
Yeah, you allow your mind to wander when you first see the rumors. You're like, how would this work out? And they all play pretty different positions. LeBron, AD, and Kyrie. Okay, check that box. And how's the age? Well, Kyrie's getting up there a little bit, but okay.
He's 30?
Yeah, he'll be 31 next month. So, that you can check that box too. He's still got some good years left in him. But I never let my mind wander too much, guys, because I've seen so many deals collapse.
You're like LeBron. You don't get too excited. You don't get too up or down.
Yeah, if it happens, and it's like, all right, then you get the whiteboard out and you're putting your X's and O's and okay, how's this going to work? But until then, I try not to get too excited, especially with so many teams submitting bids. It was so open, such a weirdly public process last week that it became like, all right, this is going to take a while. It took a lot less than I thought. 2 days.
Social media really does add a lot to it, Brez, right? Like, on Saturday you thought, done deal.
For sure. Yeah.
No one has a clue.
I had
right? Like, no one knows because they're not in the meetings.
Sources, right?
Yeah.
So many guys had sources.
one problem with this. It was on Friday, and I was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Trying to visit
That's your
family.
hometown.
Yes.
Unfair.
This comes down the pike.
Yeah.
It meant missing.
Did you still get some good wine?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
And some good food.
All right.
Kyrie, I'm not happy with you, buddy.
Lakers are back home on Tuesday, taking on the
wine.
Thunder. You can catch all the action right here. Starting at 6 o'clock with our pregame coverage, we will be down at Crypto.com Arena.